Welcome to another episode. This is the second episode in this little mini series focusing on career success roadblocks. Did you listen to last week? Did you learn about the definition of success and who defines it and how it can slow us down if we're not abundantly clear on the definitions, and then how to actually take action to achieve those definitions and make them come to fruition? I hope that you listened last week. I hope that you applied those strategies and you adopted them and you made them your own. That's the entire point of why I show up every single week. All I want to do is challenge your brain to think about what you're already working through, what you're already navigating in your career and in your life, but give you such a simplified perspective on it that you're like, duh, okay, I'm making this way harder than I needed to. Let's go ahead and just knock this thing out. I can tell you the reason why I do this is because I used to make it extremely hard for myself. I made it so complex. I made all these hoops I had to jump through, and no, there's no need for that, right? So my goal is to always help you simplify the understanding, simplify the definitions, simplify the actions that need to be taken, right? Because I want you to succeed. We all need to succeed. Let's all help each other get there. So with that, let's go ahead and talk about the second topic. What is another roadblock that we run into commonly, right? Across all of our careers. It's what I call the I've tried everything. Now, when you think about the I've tried everything mindset, it's typically and more commonly expressed in relationships. Now, I don't know where you are personally in relationships, right? But I think that at some point throughout our lives, we could all look to a situation, maybe a failed relationship, where we have wanted to say, or someone has said to us, right? I don't know what's wrong. I've tried everything, right? And we want to be able to say that. When in the reality, the truth of the matter is we haven't tried everything. We've probably tried 2, 3, 4, 5 things. The things that we wanted to try, the things that we felt safe trying. And when those things didn't work, we threw up our hands and said, yeah, I've tried everything. I don't know what to do. Right? If we've said, I've tried everything, that is what has happened. And let's just be super honest with ourselves. We know that to be the case. Now, if you don't know that to be the case, I want you to sit here and think about the situation for just a second. If you're like, no, Katrina, I really did try everything. Okay. Everything means it's an infinite amount. If you tried everything, you have to still be trying at that point. Right now, you've still got to be trying. And not just the same thing, because that's the other caveat. The other thing that we want to say is, well, I've tried everything. And when we say that because we keep trying the same 4 or 5 things over and over and over and over again. It's like the definition of insanity, right? I keep trying to do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. No, it doesn't work that way, right? So we can understand this conceptually from a relationship perspective. Now let's apply it to our careers. We want to show up in our careers. We want to be successful. Absolutely. Hello, who doesn't, right? And yet we start running into barriers. Something happens, right? We're not hitting numbers. We're not leading our team effectively. We're not getting the promotions that we want. Things just aren't happening. Again, look at it through the lens of our definition of success. Whatever the definition is, we're not hitting it. Typically, the reason that we're not hitting it is because we're not achieving in the organization. Okay? Not always, but many times, right? If I'm not successful in the organization, then I'm not going to achieve my definition of success, usually. They go hand in hand. So what I want you to think about is this. If you've ever been in a situation where you're striving and you're driving and you're pushing and you're trying to get the results and you're trying to move the business forward, but it's simply not happening, at some point you will look and say, I've tried everything. I don't know what this company wants from me. And if ever you have said that, or you think you might go down the path of saying that, This is your lesson right now to stop, because this is a roadblock. It's here. It's all in your mind. Okay? If you have tried what the company needs from you, you would be successful. Okay? Super clear. If you are doing what the company's asking you to do, then you are doing all the things that are required of you. You will be meeting, delivering, potentially exceeding the expectations the organization has. You will be successful in their eyes. You'll be successful in your eyes. That's how this works. So again, if you have ever found yourself saying, I've tried everything for this company, I don't know, and you left, you didn't try everything. You may be unwilling to try the things that they want you to do. And that's okay. Let's be really clear. We can't say we've tried everything and we throw up our hands and we're like, this company's crazy. I can't be successful, because I'm doing all the things and it's just impossible. Let's be really clear. It's not impossible. It's that we're not doing the things that the organization is asking us to do. And it's either because we don't want to, we don't know how to, or it simply doesn't align with who we are as a person. It doesn't align with our values. So if you're at the roadblock right now where you're saying, I've tried everything, I don't know what to do, blah, 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 right? So on and so forth. You got to look within yourself. This is your homework. Look within yourself and say, what have I tried? What does the company really want from me? Am I willing to do that? Am I able to do that? And then you'll move past this. I've tried everything. The company's asking me for things that are unreasonable, so on and so forth. Okay? That's what we have to do. I see this many, many times working with amazing, super talented executives. And they're like, I don't know how to succeed in this role. I've tried everything. Well, no, you've tried the things that you thought would help generate results. You're trying the things and doing the things that you feel comfortable doing. The organization is very clear on what they want you to do. Just like we gave the example last week. Maybe they want you there at 8 a.m. If you don't want to show up at 8 a.m. and you want to keep showing up at 9 thinking that you're going to be successful, you're not trying everything because you're not doing exactly what the company's asking. And that's okay, but then you need to go work for another company because you will not be successful in that organization. That is a roadblock. Thinking that you're doing everything that the company is asking and yet not generating results, when the reality is that you're not, because if you were, the results would be there. And that's not a failure on your part. The last note, and then I'm going to end this thing. You not doing everything is not a failure. Okay. So don't think that sitting and go, okay, well, I'm just failing at all of this. No. It is an awareness that you're doing actions over here on this side of the fence, and they need you over here on the other side of the fence doing these other actions. You can easily close that gap by jumping over and going and doing the actions over here that they're asking you to do. But it's a conscious decision that you must make. And we have all been in this place at some point in our careers. It's human nature. Okay? But it will stop your career if you do not become aware. So listen to those thoughts. Maybe you don't say, I've tried everything. Maybe you say something different. What is the saying that you say? Identify it. And then start asking yourself the hard questions. What am I doing? Is it what the company's asking me to do? Am I willing to do the things the company's asking me to do? If I am, I need to shift my behavior and start doing it. If I'm not willing to make the changes, then I need to go look for another role or another organization. Okay? Because we're going to be successful. If the end point is success, then we have to take the proper actions to get there. Okay? All right. Let's wrap this thing up. All right. I hope you have an amazing rest of the week. As always, go and be legendary.